Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to dive deep into something really interesting.
Yeah,
The third conditional in English.
definitely.
So let's jump into the actual structure here.
Okay.
The material we have, it lays it out pretty clearly.
Mm-hmm.
If plus past perfect comma would have plus past participle.
Precisely.
So we're dealing with a completed action in the past.
Right.
That's the had done part.
Yes.
And then we're picturing a different result that would have happened.
Exactly.
That's the would have happened part.
Right.
So for instance, you could say,
Yeah.
if I had woken up earlier, comma, I wouldn't have missed my train. Key here is that the person in this example didn't wake up earlier.
Right.
And as a result, they did miss their train.
Exactly. It's all about these unrealized possibilities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is where I think those construction side examples
Oh, absolutely.
that we have really bring this concept down to earth.
Like, take this example.
Yeah.
If the worker had been wearing his safety goggles, comma, his eyes wouldn't have been injured.
Yeah. That's powerful, right?
It is.
The reality is the goggles weren't worn
Sadly.
and an injury happened.
Yeah.
But the third conditional lets us draw this clear connection
Yes.
between that missed safety step and the unfortunate result.
Yeah.
Makes you think about those choices and their impact.
And it goes beyond just pointing fingers, you know?
Right,
It's about learning and reinforcing the importance of those safety measures for the future.
right.
Think about this one.
Okay.
If the ground had been properly secured, comma, the equipment wouldn't have fallen.
Yeah,
This emphasizes the need for due diligence and preventative action.
absolutely.
The failure to secure the ground led directly to that incident.
Right. You really start to consider that chain reaction.
Yeah.
Or I guess the alternative chain
Yeah.
that could have happened.
Exactly.
Here's another one.
Okay.
If the power lines had been clearly marked, comma, the incident wouldn't have occurred.
Another good one.
This one really highlights communication and hazard identification.
Yes.
Those are so crucial for preventing accidents.
Absolutely.
And the examples keep going.
Yeah, they do.
If the emergency procedures had been followed correctly, comma, the situation wouldn't have escalated.
This one underscores the importance of training, and really sticking to those established protocols
Right.
to manage those risks effectively.
Exactly. And then finally we have,
Yeah.
if regular safety audits had been conducted, comma, potential hazards would have been identified earlier.
That's right.
So now we're talking about proactive oversight
Yes.
and the importance of those routine checks
Mm-hmm.
to catch problems before they even start.
Exactly.
So what we're seeing here is the third conditional being used as a tool
Yes.
to analyze these missed opportunities
Mhm.
and their potential consequences.
Right.
It lets us rewind and imagine a different action changing everything.
It's a powerful way to reflect and learn.
Absolutely. So just to recap that structure,
Okay.
it's if plus past perfect,
Yes.
like had worn, it had secured, had marked,
Mhm.
and then it's followed by would have plus past participle.
Right.
Like wouldn't have been injured,
Yeah.
wouldn't have fallen, wouldn't have occurred. And remember, the whole point of this structure
Yeah.
is to talk about a past that was different
Right.
and the outcome that would have resulted,
Mm-hmm.
but also to acknowledge that the initial change didn't actually happen,
That's key.
right? The worker wasn't wearing the goggles,
Yeah.
the ground, it wasn't secured.
Right.
And those construction examples really highlight the practical side of this.
They do.
They show how those specific safety failures,
Yeah.
like not wearing goggles, not securing the ground,
Right.
not marking those power lines,
Yes.
not following procedures,
Mhm.
and not doing those safety audits.
Yeah.
All of those could have had negative consequences.
It could have.
And the third conditional helps us see that.
It does.
So this brings up an interesting question for you to think about.
Okay.
Think about a time in your own life
Yeah.
where things went a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
but you can identify one action
Okay.
that if it had been taken or
Right.
maybe not taken,
Yeah.
it could have led to a different outcome.
It's amazing how one small thing can make a huge difference.
It really is.
How does understanding this third conditional
Yeah.
help you look back at that situation differently?
Right.
It's like we're using language to explore those alternative paths our lives could have taken.
That's a really powerful concept.
It is.
That's all the time we have for today's deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.